Pleasant good evening to each and everyone in Georgetown, Guyana, and the diaspora, fellow citizens of Guyana, friends of. Before I started to continue to give you my viewpoints of things I have seen on Facebook, Glenn Lal Show, I would ask you to subscribe to my channel and press the bell so you can get the new ones when every time I put out one. I am concerned about the future of Georgetown, Guyana. And yes, I have looked some show with Mr. Glenn Lal, who is exposing everything. The voice of the former president, the vice president, Mr. Jagdeo, how we talking about APNU or the PNC, whoever. And there were times you heard what they are talking about the PPP. Now I want y'all to stop and think. Nobody hate one another. It is our future, your children's future is at stake here. Glenn Lal did not make those things up, nor do like the people who take my voice, and I wouldn't mention their name, Rafiq, Tikalal Singh, and the little boy somewhere in Grove who called me and my son a thief. But that's all right. We can understand these things. Friends, we don't want nothing from nobody, to be honest with you. We don't ask for nothing and we don't want nothing. We respect every citizen in Guyana. And we can challenge all 65 members in Parliament to a lie detector test with them and us. And if we fail it, you could kill us. Take what we got. But if you fail yours, what must we do? Fair cut. And these corrupt judges and magistrates, don't give me wrong, you have good ones amongst you. For they say, where there is filth, there might be gold or diamond. And where there are gold and diamond, there is filth. Because good things always get themselves caught up with the bad ones or the garbage. So, nevertheless, who are we to condemn one another? When I read some of my comments, I have to smile. I wonder what Jesus went through. The pain, the insult, the humiliation. But yet he was God's son. What Prophet Muhammad, peace be unto him, went through. He had to run for his life. A spider saved him. And the Mahabharat war, as you know, it was family affairs fighting for wealth in India. I have seen some people subscribing and sudden pulling out. It don't worry me. You don't put a penny in my pocket. That's one thing you all have to understand, because you all are petty. If somebody speak against Burnham, and they're giving you the facts, you all against them because you all love Burnham, who your mother and your father, your brother and your sister and your neighbors and your friends. If somebody speak out against Dr. Cheddi Jagan, the late, also, same thing happened. If you speak out against a leader, a black leader, there could be God in the color of darkness. You all go against them being an East Indian race. And yes, I would not blame you because you have a right. Because what happened to the 60s, to the Indian in Mackenzie, Wisma, Buxton, and Plaisance, and many other areas, and what happened after then under Burnham government, is totally unfair. And you have a right to be skeptical. But again, Guyana black get caught into the 60s story because of the help of America. But it was the Highlanders who live in Madhya and Aichuni. And if I'm not lying, I don't know if Carbin is the offspring of one of the Highlanders. I don't know. I'm just asking a question. Because today in Guyana, you got to be careful how you ask a question or how you give a statement. Because everything is a crime. But thieving is legal. Locking up innocent people is legal. Police take bribe and take your camera but got your footage and change it and threaten your workers. And that's legal. I tell all of you one thing, there is a God. The curse of darkness will behold your children and the rest of them, the generation. You will wish you never crossed your hands toward innocent people. Like that woman in East Coast and a corrupt magistrate. And corrupt lawyers who see dollar bill. But there is a God, my friend. The judge of all judges. He may slow, but he's sure. What Barrett Yaghni are saying, if what he said against APNU or the PNC, he will not say something unless he have the facts or they will sue him, as you all know. And if Aubrey Norton and others in APNU say something against the president and Mr. Barrett Yaghni or anybody, and they have not the facts, they will be sued. What more y'all want to see? Two women fighting over the same man, and both of them get a chance to live with him, and they all have problem. Now the man have to seek another woman. When a third one come, I'm only using that as a matter of a metaphor for you Guyanese, Indian and blacks to understand what I mean. Guyana might be the woman. We try Burnham. Fail very badly. We try Hyde. Very fair and better than Burnham anyway. Death take him away. You Indian lie to him. We try Jagan. And he promised that when he get into office, he will change the Constitution. And when he was asked about the Constitution, he says less about it. But God take him out of his institution that called a Constitution. Why politicians make laws to protect themselves that the president is not liable to nothing? Or try. Look, Donald Trump is trying, the former president of America. Chile, Brazil, Bolivia, Venezuela, and other nations around the world. In the Arabian Peninsula, Africa. But India and many parts of other African nations, excuse me, your presidents are not to be tried. Why? But if you do something wrong, you got to be tried. You get jailed. Ladies and gentlemen, in Guyana, it's time to change the constitution or institution, where all men must be judged according to the law of the country. None is above the law. That is democracy. In India, if you speak against the Indian Prime Minister right now, with the family or him own the whole waterfront, own the airport, it's alleged, because Indian called me and telling me, Moody or whatever the name, you get jail according to the people of India. It's alleged. I ask you Guyanese Indian, don't play with your future. And you the Guyanese blacks, do not play with your future. We tried the PNC with Burnham. How it was different. It was disaster, racism, and a little corruption. And the courthouse become the personal place to lock up their opponent. The son of Guyana, the late Walter Rodney, he died fighting to unite the two people. When he called Burnham the King Kong, and when he was talking many things. Well, I call upon you, the Guyanese people, to be united for a third party as a national front government, where the 9 tribes in the Amerindian will play a part of their country. The few Portuguese will play a part because they were brought there too, and the Chinese. Followed by the East Indian and the African race and the mixed race, where you 4 are responsible to create another race out of the 4. So, I urge you, the Guyanese people, the educated one, to come together and be united. Why you're not seeing what Mr. Ali is doing right now? Because he wants to do 50 things at the same time. And yes, I heard a lot of complaint from the opposition, only Indian getting contract, only Indian getting this. Friend, is not so. Under the PNC with Burnham, was a lot of black people getting everything. The civil servant was full with you. But you speak better English to compare with my Indian brothers and sisters. But I ask question. When you, the black race, talk about slavery from the white man, you ever stop to look at yourself what y'all are doing to the Amerindian? Which God y'all are serving? Where are the priests, the bandits, the Maisie? Where are y'all? Every Guyanese family deserves a piece of land to build a dream house. And $50,000 to $75,000 per family. A man, a wife, and a kid, and maybe you have more. Very good hospital. Y'all need that. The YSM. And many other organizations, the People Militia, National Service. Plenty young women was raped in it, my friend. We must remember the past, but look for a brighter future. Which one of you would want to keep the same snake in your house that biting you and killing you or paralyzing you? Well, that is what we are doing with the PPP and the PNC, keeping them in the house that represent us. Are we stupid in modern day? Are we ignorant? Or we don't want to live better? Or we want to be humiliated as thieves, whores, and beggars, and chokorabs, and drunkards? Come on. I call upon the younger generation to be united and speak with one voice. A new political movement which will have all 6 nations as a part of one race and one nation to put Guyana forward. Okay? It will be very important for we to sit down and find a solution. Ask Mr. Boodoo, Vincent Alexander, and Suraj Bali, and others. Only one man was different when he says an independent. Deny a young man to run in 2015. And keeping the ballot according to information is alleged in the car or in the house. Is that fair? And when some of you are ready and the election commissioner make a decision to say who win and who lose, y'all threaten them, want to beat them, threaten of killing. You think that's fair? My friend, Guyana is not for Indian and black people alone. Especially when you all are claiming emancipation on the day of arrival. Stop it. It is for Guyanese. Love the country and unite for a better Guyana. As I said again, if Mr. Ali is doing good, it is the nation's duty to support him. And if he is doing wrong, it's our duty to oppose him. But not in violent tones. You blacks, every time you're ready to go against the Indian government, you look for the Indian to beat them, rob them, burn their vehicle. Could you have done that in Africa? Could you have done that in another country? I remember many things that I hold back, and I'm telling you, if you all continue like that, start speaking another language, because the Venezuelans and the Brazilians may take over the country, and then everything will change. They don't have to vote in election. Just populate the country and inbreed your women them. Because plenty of you Indians like to beat your women, chop them, burn them, starve them, insult them and humiliate them and curse them. Same goes to you, the black race. You do the same too. You want child mother and child father. You want to live in the party house. Let this year be the year of salvation, not starvation, and a brighter future. Listen to Mr. Glenn Lau. I want the Constitution to change. I want the people to vote for the judges, not politicians handpick them. Because they will be loyal to those who pick them, so they can lock up innocent people and kill you in prison. So I'm calling on the international community to stand up for fair democracy in Guyana and give us the opportunity so America can come into Guyana, take back their base, and get some island to put the military and the ships and submarine so we can have protection along the border of the drug trade or whatever. And the stopping of military from another country shooting at ours, and then we are not hearing anything. But I still have question about the GDF story and the barrel of the gasoline, the petrol in the whole benzene that they said was shot and it leaked into the ocean. Why there was not an explosion, I ask. Is it another thing like a prisoner is in the prison in Breakdown, but he burned down the prison? Some of we are better magicians and storytellers. Now I'm not blaming the military. If it did happen to them, what they're claiming, then they have a right to speak, and our government have a right to make an issue out of it. Because you can't have a country invading and shooting down at your people like that. That is barbaric and piracy. And since knowing the international community had the case about the border dispute, an Indian and a black, a Portuguese or Chinese cannot represent Guyana in no border dispute against no country there like Brazil, Venezuela and others. It'll have to be indigenous people from all those countries to talk what belongs to them. The Spanish got to represent Spain. The Portuguese and Brazil got to represent Portugal. Like the Indian got to represent India, and the black people got to represent Africa. Because it's an indigenous people country. Again, I can repeat, the Constitution must change. We're all men, must be judged according to the law. None must be above the law. And any innocent man who's robbed and beaten, whoever do it to them, must pay the price. I call upon all of you Guyanese to unite now. All who living in Canada, America, England, it's time to make your voice heard. You can support me by contributing on my video. Subscribe to it and press the bell so I would know you all are listening. Because a friend said to me, why Jesus didn't come now with all this technology? Who knows where he is? Because we are killing them. We are killing the messenger. But we're talking about Muhammad, peace be unto him. Jesus, Musa. We're talking about Krishna, Ram and Lakshman. But modern people are risking their life for you, and we are cursing them out, insulting them and killing them. Please, for God's sake, wake up. If your president is doing good, it's our duty to support him. But if he's wrong, it's democratic society. We vote him out, not by arms. Peaceful demonstration, and the poll is the answer. Have a good day. And I am your host, George Correa. Peace and good luck to the future. Thank you.